Can you imagine taxes applying for BRICS? Asked one of our followers in the comments to one of our recent videos. Others replied, and Alaska, and still others, Hawaii, California, and Alberta in Canada. In today's unpredictable global environment, the proposition, can taxes become a part of BRICS, may not appear as implausible as it once did. Given the rapidly changing geopolitical scenarios akin to shifting desert sands, the ongoing disputes between Texas and the US federal government add an intriguing context to this creative question. First, let's set the stage. Texas, the Lone Star state known for its fierce independence and personality, is currently embroiled in a heated dispute with the federal government. This conflict, focused primarily on border control and immigration policies, has seen Texas assert a level of autonomy that could raise an eyebrow even among the most seasoned political analysts. Deploying the National Guard and various state agencies, Texas has not hesitated to flex its muscles in this standoff.
Guns, drugs, cartel gangs, all kinds of illegal activity are assailing our border, all while Washington has abandoned its duty. Texans are furious about the lawlessness caused by Biden's open border policies. This past year, the United States set an all-time record high for the most illegal crossings ever. The Texas Department of Public Safety has arrested more than 24,000 criminals, and they have seized enough fentanyl to kill every man, woman, and child in the entire United States of America. Texas has done more than any state ever to secure our border.
Concurrently, discussions are emerging within the BRICS community that propose an interesting idea: expanding the bloc's membership to include regional entities, not just sovereign nations. This introduces a fascinating hypothetical situation in which Texas, whose economy competes with that of some countries, could potentially become a candidate for BRICS membership. Now hold your horses. Before you dismiss this as a pure fantasy, consider the economic might of Texas. With a GDP that would place it comfortably among the world's top 15 economies, Texas isn't just a heavyweight in the US, it's a global contender. From oil to technology, the Texas economy is as diverse as it is robust. Economics, however, is only a single aspect of the complex scenario. The BRICS nations are recognized for their occasionally controversial yet consistently intriguing interactions with Western supremacy. The ongoing dispute between Texas and the US federal government aligns perfectly with this narrative. As Texas questions federal authority, it raises curiosity about whether it's positioning itself for a global role similar to that of BRICS nations, which frequently challenge the Western-centric discourse. Enter the BRICS Plus concept, a brainchild of Russian geoeconomic expert Yaroslav Lissovolik. This innovative idea proposes extending the BRICS framework to include not only sovereign nations, but also subnational regions from non-member states. This mechanism would allow regions like Texas, which may not qualify for full membership or face geopolitical pressures, to engage with BRICS nations. It's a creative approach that aims to bring together diverse economic entities, including least developed subnational regions, under a cooperative umbrella. The inclusion of such regions opens doors for broader economic collaboration and geopolitical dialogue, effectively blurring the lines of traditional international alliances. Considering Texas's economic influence and its present political stance, it could potentially be an intriguing, though non-traditional participant in regional collaboration within the BRICS Plus framework. While the legality and practicality of a US state joining an international bloc are questionable, the theoretical implications of such a move within the BRICS Plus proposal offer a rich ground for geopolitical speculation. The idea of an American state such as Texas joining an international group such as BRICS is highly unlikely. It is an interesting concept, but far from reality. International law and political circumstances root Texas within the United States. However, in times when conventional geopolitical wisdom is often overlooked, these hypothetical scenarios can still provide valuable insights. The implications of such a move would be seismic. Imagine the diplomatic confusion. The US, a titan of international relations, would find one of its states flirting with a bloc often seen as a counterweight to Western influence. The political theater would be unprecedented, and the headlines. Shifting our focus back to the practical aspects of politics, let's examine the situation in Texas from a more pragmatic perspective. Our analysis suggests that it is unlikely to escalate into a civil war. However, this issue could be evolving on an international scale. The ongoing conflict between Texas and the federal government over border control and immigration policies is not just confined to the US domestic politics. It has potential implications for global affairs, particularly concerning the US's involvement in Ukraine. The geopolitical analyst Andrew Korybko, in one of his recent articles, highlights a critical point. The Democrats' handling of the Texas situation could significantly impact their ability to fund the war in Ukraine. The Republicans have made their support for additional aid to Ukraine conditional on comprehensive border security and immigration reform. This political maneuvering places the Democrats in a precarious position. If they yield to Texas' demands for stricter border control, they risk alienating a portion of their base that favors more open immigration policies. In contrary, a failure to address border security concerns could impede their efforts to secure bipartisan support for funding the war in Ukraine. This dilemma is not just a domestic issue, but resonates on the international stage. The Biden administration's response to Texas's challenge could be perceived as a litmus test for its overall foreign policy strategy and commitment to international conflicts like the one in Ukraine. A perceived weakness or authoritarian approach in handling the Texas standoff could lead to a loss of confidence among allies and a potential shift in the geopolitical balance. Furthermore, the Texas issue could catalyze broader discussions on the role of individual states in shaping foreign policy. The BRICS Plus concept, which entertains the inclusion of subnational regions in international blocs, becomes even more relevant in this context. Texas, with its economic powers and assertive stance against the federal government, exemplifies how regional politics can intersect with global dynamics. As the world watches, the unfolding drama in Texas could very well become a defining moment in contemporary geopolitics, challenging traditional notions of statehood and international cooperation. While the idea of Texas becoming a part of BRICS Plus is speculative, the practical need for BRICS Plus expansion is clearly demonstrated by the case of Tierra del Fuego. This Argentinian region, battling severe environmental and health crises due to improper waste management, stands to gain significantly from BRICS Plus collaboration in addressing these challenges and fostering sustainable development. The narrative takes an interesting twist with Argentina's refusal to join BRICS, catalyzing a debate across the global south and unveiling a fresh facet of BRICS Plus. This shift was spotlighted by Tierra del Fuego's leadership, particularly Andrés Dakari, the Secretary of External Relations, who expressed the region's eagerness to engage with the BRICS Plus cooperative framework. This move positions Tierra del Fuego as a pioneer in advocating for a network of regions within BRICS+, heralding a shift towards a more inclusive and multimodal economic cooperation model under BRICS+, stretching beyond the confines of national borders to embrace regional entities. It is important to clarify that Tierra del Fuego is not seeking a membership in the BRICS core in place of Argentina. Instead, the focus is on BRICS+ as a platform for economic cooperation, where the region could establish ties with a bloc representing a significant portion of global GDP. The call from Tierra del Fuego authorities to create a network of regions as part of BRICS+ is a significant step towards realizing the full potential of this concept. The proposal by Andres Dakari is not only a valuable contribution to the evolution of BRICS+, but also highlights the need for further academic and practical elaboration of this concept. Initially, BRICS+ focused on cooperation among regional integration blocs within BRICS countries. However, the expansion of the BRICS core, as seen at the summit in South Africa in 2023, has broadened the use of BRICS+ to refer to this new expanded set of BRICS economies. The initiative from Tierra del Fuego, coupled with the existing municipal BRICS+ forum, indicates a growing platform for discussing economic cooperation among subnational regions of the BRICS+ world. The reaction of BRICS countries to these developments, particularly in Argentina, reflects a respect for the choices of the Argentinian people and a continued readiness to develop ties with this crucial Latin American economy. The Argentinian episode in the BRICS expansion raises questions about the optimal path for the group's development, suggesting that expanding BRICS+ cooperation could be a more flexible mechanism for a variety of economic agents and constituencies across the global south. The proposal from Tierra del Fuego presents a significant chance to evolve BRICS+ into a collaborative economic platform, integrating regional groups and subnational regions from the global south. The declaration of cooperation with BRICS+ by Tierra del Fuego, Argentina's southernmost region, often named as El Fin del Mundo or the Edge of the World, carries profound symbolism. It signifies the extensive scope and potential of BRICS+ collaboration. This perspective from the peripheries of the Global South introduces an innovative vision for BRICS+, one that holds great promise in transforming the landscape. This evolving landscape of BRICS+ is further underscored by the anticipation surrounding the next BRICS summit scheduled for October 2024 in Russia. Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov recently revealed that about 30 countries are keen to establish partnership ties with BRICS. Speaking at a session of United Russia's Commission on International Cooperation and Support for Compatriots Abroad, Lavrov highlighted the natural allure of BRICS, given its democratic and mutually respectful operational basis. This growing interest in BRICS, according to Lavrov, underscores its role as a cornerstone of a multipolar world, indicating a shift towards a more inclusive global cooperation framework. The minister's remarks suggest a continuing effort to strengthen BRICS, solidifying its position in the evolving tapestry of international relations. Today we played with the possibility of Texas joining the BRICS, but let's broaden our horizons. What about the role of sub-regions in global politics? Do you think they could redefine international alliances and collaborations? How valid do you see this idea in today's geopolitics? We are eager to hear your thoughts and perspectives. Your insights not only enlighten our discussions, but also help us discover new angles for future topics. Share your ideas in the comments and let's keep pushing the boundaries of conventional thinking. Stay connected for more explorations into the fascinating world of geopolitics here on Think BRICS. Together, we are not just watching history unfold, we are understanding it. As usual, please don't forget to follow us on social media and to like, share the video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.